A dying red star burned like an injured giant, gas clouds swirling around it as if space itself was mourning. Far in the emptiness, where no human ear could hear and no human eye could see, a massive alien dreadnought drifted silently. The Xytherion Dreadnought, a ship older than human civilization, slowly uncloaked, revealing a hull carved with glowing runes. These symbols shifted like they were alive, pulsing with a heartbeat that did not belong to anything human. For centuries it had slept, sealed in a forgotten star system. Tonight, it woke, and the galaxy trembled. On Earth, deep inside the Earth, Defense HQ, the atmosphere felt unusually tense. The hum of machines, the click of holographic panels, and the constant chatter of analysts filled the massive command hall. General Voss stood in the center, her eyes locked on a swirling blue hologram displaying intercepted alien transmissions. Her face was calm, but her fingers were tapping nervously beneath the console. Koi be known, alien species AC. Frequency use, Nahikarti. Tech Officer Malik whispered, zooming into the signal waveform. Mom. Yehais koi hum bula. Rahaho yafia koi warning. Before they could decode further, the lights flickered once, twice, then all 7 Earth defense satellites blinked out on the screen. 1 red dot. 2. 3. All 7 dead. General Rhea didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. The entire room felt the sudden shift in her tone. Someone did this from the inside, she said quietly. Activate emergency protoc wait. No, not that. Summon Commander Zane Hale. Commander Zane Hale walked into HQ with the aura of someone who had seen too much and survived too many wars. His eyes were sharp, his movements deliberate. The scars on his armor told stories no human wanted to hear. He approached the general, who stood tall despite the crisis. Genera, he said. Yes, sabotage la grahahai, oregar satiles, garehi hain, tuiskamatlab. Haiko yumari, defeta, blind karna, katahai. General Rhea inhaled slowly, her jaw tightening. Exactly, and that's why I'm reactivating the Shadow Protocol. Zane froze, his breath hitched, just slightly. General, Shadow Protocol. Bantype, Mars Incident, Kabod Koyas. Touch Nahikarta. She met his gaze. Humari pos, or Koya option. Nahi. Before Zane could respond, the intercepted alien signal hologram expanded into the air above them. A distorted shadow-like entity appeared, its form swirling like smoke trapped in liquid glass. The voice came in pulses, glitching, layered, as if 1,000 beings were speaking through one throat. Humanity. Prepare. The architects return. And just like that, the signal vanished, leaving behind an eerie silence. Minutes later, Zane assembled his elite team for the Shadow Protocol mission. They moved through the dim metallic corridor toward the hangar where the stealth ship Spectre 2 waited. The first to join him was Lyra Trent, a sharp-tongued pilot with fiery eyes and a tendency to break rules the same way she broke speed records. She smirked when she saw Zane. So the rumors were true. Shadow Protocol is back. Behind her came Cade Ronan, the ex-mercenary whose past was a sealed classified file that even Zane hadn't been allowed to read. He carried weapons casually, like extensions of his own limbs. Dr. Nova Idris walked in quietly, focused on her datapad. Nova was a genius archaeologist, specializing in ancient alien ruins. Her calm energy was the opposite of the chaos around her. And finally, Unit 09 rolled forward. A compact AI robot with a personality so sarcastic that half the soldiers wished someone would reboot him. The Spectre 2 launched into the void, stars streaking past as they approached the Dreadnought. The ship looked like a black mountain floating in space, its hull cracked yet pulsing with strange light. This thing is alive, Lyra whispered. Before they could analyze further, hundreds of biomechanical drones detached from the Dreadnought's surface like metallic insects. Their eyes glowed cyan, targeting the Spectre instantly. Zane braced himself. Everyone hold tight. Yeah, welcoming Patinahi. Fire at will. The cockpit filled with alarms. Lyra swerved hard left, dodging a beam that sliced past them. Explosions lit up the darkness as Zane fired manually from the side cannons. Cade jumped to the upper deck, grabbing railguns and firing with deadly precision. Unito 9 shouted, warning. Our survival probability is currently at very low. Very, very low. Congratulations, humans. A drone crashed into the hull, attaching itself like a parasite. Sparks erupted. Lyra cursed and flipped the ship upside down, throwing off 2 more drones. There's too many, she yelled. A massive explosion rocked the ship, separating their formation. The Spectre spun uncontrollably, and everything turned white for a moment. When Zane regained consciousness, they were inside the Dreadnought. The ship must have dragged them in. The interior was enormous, with walls made of liquid metal that shifted like they were breathing. Strange blue symbols glowed on every surface. Nova knelt beside a floating tablet, her voice trembling. These runes, they describe the architects. They don't destroy life, they judge civilizations. And if the species fails, they reset the planet. Zane felt a chill crawl up his spine. So, Earth is under judgment. Before anyone could respond, the ship shook violently. Panels slid open, revealing internal conduits, glowing with red light. Unito 9 beeped loudly. Someone just sent a signal from our ship. Someone. Human. Zane spun around. Cade was missing. The team rushed ahead, following the trail. Cade stood in a massive chamber, a glowing communication pillar in front of him. He was sending coordinates. He looked torn, angry, scared. Zane stepped forward. Cade. Yeah. Kaya? Karahi. Oh. Cade didn't turn. You don't understand, Zane. The architects approached me years ago. They promised salvation. They promised despair Earth if I cooperated. Lyra's voice broke. And you believed them. Cade's voice cracked. What choice did I have? Humanity keeps destroying itself. Maybe we deserve judgment. Before Zane could decide whether to talk him down or shoot, the entire Dreadnought lit up. A massive gate opened in the center of the chamber, tearing space itself apart. A colossal entity stepped through. Its body was liquid metal, shifting constantly, with dozens of glowing eyes arranged in spirals. Its presence distorted gravity. The air grew cold. The walls trembled. Noble Nuck. Its voice crawled into their minds, like a whisper echoing through eternity. Humans. You stand at the edge of extinction. Your wars, greed, and chaos have condemned your world. Judgment begins. A holographic display of Earth appeared, marked by red lines, as if targeted for annihilation. Zane stood firm, despite the terror gripping his very bones. Humanity may be broken, he said, voice trembling yet strong, but we're worth saving. Judge us after we fight back. The architect raised an arm, releasing an energy storm that shattered parts of the chamber. Lyra grabbed controls on the side console, trying to overload power lines. Nova used the runes to manipulate the Dreadnought systems. Cade hesitated, looking between his betrayal and his team. Zane shouted, "Cade, if you ever wanted redemption, this is the moment." Something shifted in Cade's eyes. He nodded, running toward the reactor controls. The Dreadnought's core began vibrating dangerously. "Zane!" Lyra yelled. "I'm overloading the entire reactor. Once this thing blows, the gate collapses." Zane nodded. "Lyra." "Ready?" She grinned. "Born ready." They sprinted as the reactor began melting down. The architect roared, a terrible sound that shook the ship. But it was too late. The core exploded, collapsing the gate in a blinding burst of light. The team stumbled into the Spectre 2 just as the shockwave reached them. The ship blasted away from the imploding Dreadnought. Cade didn't survive the blast near the reactor, but his last action saved Earth. As they escaped, Zane silently whispered his name. The Dreadnought crumbled behind them, tearing apart like dust in a storm. On Earth, General Rhea watched the explosion from orbit through satellite feeds. She exhaled shakily. "This wasn't victory," she murmured. "It was a warning." The holograms flickered as 3 more architect signals lit up across the galaxy. The architects were returning on next time. Humanity would not be judged alone. The camera pulsed back, drifting away from Earth, past the broken debris of war, past the fading light of the red star, into the endless black, waiting, watching. The galaxy knows something is coming. Something ancient. Something final. Faith out. Faith out.